Oh, don't you love getting in from work? Just got done working 10 hours. I'm really excited to bring you this video because I just got in a top secret bait. I'm fixing to send to a YouTuber named Mikey Ballz. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's got a pretty big channel, but there's a pretty unique story about this bait. And you know, I always tell guys I love watching YouTube. I love seeing what guys do with baits, how they fish and everything. I'm watching Mikey's channel about a month ago, and this bait comes on there that very few people know about, and I freaked out.
Dude. Kobe. Take your time. Oh, on the glide?
Yeah.
Got him? Dude! Broke the Ned Rig curse. Dude, look at
a beautiful glide bait fish.
Dude, how'd she eat it?
She crunched it, man. I was just kind of crawling it along, zigging it along up here, up in the sand flat, and she just came up and just plastered it right against the top.
Are you kidding?
What a beautiful fish.
What glide bait is that? Because you were telling me a little bit about it before, dude.
This is actually a homemade one that a buddy of mine makes. It's not available to the public yet, unfortunately, but it is an awesome little deal. Just a little handmade, simple. I'll unhook them later, but yeah.
You are so custom, dude. That is so awesome.
Yeah, so long story short, I text Mikey. He said, dude, I can get that bait. You just give me a little bit. I've been throwing it for quite a while. It's awesome, and I am just blown away it showed up in your video. So I secured a couple, and I've got one ready to ship to Mikey right now. So what I'm going to do is you're going to join me here in the bait room in, about 4 seconds. I'm going to tell you all about this bait and how you can get one, starting now. All right, now we're in the bait room. This is the place where I do almost all my work. If you watch my live streams, you see me in here all the time, but this is kind of the place where I get away from the kids, the wife, and I tinker with baits. And this is the Shizzard. So this bait is super unique, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, this is not a wooden bait. This bait right here is actually kind of made out of a resin. It doesn't have a tail that's made of, like a paintbrush or whatnot. It's like a custom tail. And you can tell someone's really just kind of cut it out. But what's really unique about this bait, and this is why I've got the webcam out recording this, because its focus is really good. See how that joint's made? That joint is wicked, and it makes this bait do some amazing things in the water. You also look at the profile. This is a very narrow bait, and it's got these big old bug eyes on there. The reason I like it on Kentucky Lake, because, man, it kind of looks like an Asian carp. Looks like a big head carp, but they eat this thing. This is one of the best kept secrets out there. Again, it doesn't look super fancy. In fact, it's probably less fancy than a bull shad, but the action on this thing is amazing. You can burn this bait and it will not blow out. And part of that's because of that ultra thin profile like that right there. And you can reel it really slow, and it just has a big, long, wide glide like this right here. And it just knifes through the water. Now, I'd love to get you some underwater footage, but number one, I don't have time. I have a full-time job, but I'm going to tell you how you can grab one of these Shizzards. So, a guy out in Arizona, good friend of mine, awesome big bass fisherman. I won't even say good friend. We're just an acquaintance, and he's a cool dude. His name's Justin C. He kind of turned a friend of mine in Kentucky onto this bait a couple years ago, and Justin's caught some 35, 40-pound limits of giant fish on this, several double digits. And in fact, I'm going to put a link to his Instagram page on this video. It's a double-digit bass. He's got clothing coming out, and he's going to be the man to get hooked up on the Shizzard. I think he's going to sell them. Long story short, these are all handmade in very small batches. Again, they're made out in Arizona. Guy makes him out of his garage. He's not trying to be big time or anything, but I believe him and Justin got a deal. And just look up Big Bass Bullies up on Instagram. And if you want a shizard, that's the best way to go. Now, I was lucky. I just happened to find a couple friends that had some for sale. And this is an easy glide bait to throw. It doesn't weigh a whole lot. It might weigh 3 ounces, maybe. I throw it very easily on a 7.9 medium heavy Douglas Swimbait rod. I've thrown it on my 7.6 flipping stick before. It's not going to work you to death. 20-pound fluorocarbon. Again, you can slow roll it. You can burn it. This bait right here is super, super special, but you don't see it every day, so it freaked me out when I seen Colby on Mikey Ballz channel using this thing. I'm like, dude, how did that guy get one? They're like hard to get. I might know 4 people who legit have this bait. It's an awesome bait, and Mikey, this one's yours, buddy. Treat her good. I know you're going to catch a couple Jaints on this thing. It is hotter than hell outside, so I'm glad to be back up in the house. I've got the shizard. Wrapping the shizard in luscious paper towel so it doesn't get scratched up. Now this one was used, obviously, so Mikey, when you get this, make sure you change your treble. And I'll put you something top secret in this box. And you'll have to tune into Mikey's channel to see what else I put up in this box. Oh yeah, this is my secret 6 cents worms. You don't need to see that, guys. If you watch the channel, you know those 6 cents plastics are fire. So log on their website, use that code Baitman for 10% off. I'm gonna get this box ready to go and roll to the post office. All right, somehow I have managed to get a couple more packages to send to the PO. I'm gonna blur this because I don't want really anybody to see Mr. Ballz' address. We'll swip this back around a minute. Yes, my truck is a mess. That's how we roll when you work the midnight shift. So if you guys ever want to send me any baits, DM me on Instagram. My account's right there. It should pop up right below here. Or Twitter, which my Twitter's pretty rough. I pretty much just use that to berate the Tennessee football coaches and opposing fans. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that game. It still really bothers me. Or you can hit me up on Facebook, on my Facebook page, link right here. I put a lot of cool stuff on there. So I'm going to link Mikey's channel on here too, in case you haven't seen that video. So I want you guys to do me a favor before this video turns off. Leave a comment with a bait, your favorite bait that you've ever got someone, whether your dad gave it to you, a friend, a pro fisherman, or maybe even the Baitman gave it to you. I don't know. I like sharing the love, so my challenge for you guys is give somebody a bait. I don't care if it's your brother, your sister, your cousin. Just give somebody a bait, give with some love to it. There's so many things going on in the world right now. Maybe the answer is just sharing some baits, because we all like to fish, and that's why we're watching this channel and the many other channels. So if you like this kind of stuff, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell for notification. Just a little bit different video. Thought you might like it. If not, no big deal. Hit the thumbs down button for me. Actually, really don't do that. That would be bad.